Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Please can have a seat. Good morning, beautiful people. My name is Benin, and I'll be speaking to us on transformational leadership. I want us to pay rapt attention because even if you learn everything you need to know about money, if you're unable to master the act of leadership, particularly self-leadership and transformational leadership, you just go down the drain, right? So I'll just start my first question. I have a question for you. There are several schools of thought when it comes to leadership, right? Some people tell you that leaders are born. Some others will say leaders are made. So, in your opinion, are leaders born or leaders are made? What do we think? Let's think about it. I'll give you an example. Say we have 10 children playing. Say we have 10 children playing, right? When you watch them closely, you see that there's that one child who is leading them and saying, "Oh, let's go this way," and everybody will follow him. And let's do it like this, everybody will follow. That child has not gone to school or learned anything about leadership. But we see that person, even without a title or position, leading his mate. So I just gave that as an analogy. Do we think leaders are born or leaders are made? Our leaders in Nigeria were trained. Are they trained leaders? Because everybody is now saying leaders are made. Leaders they have to go through training. They have to do this. They have to do that. How many of you have attended any leadership training before? How many of us? How many of you has really paid money to invest in your leadership? Say, oh, Janet, I want to learn this subject matter called leadership.
I want to just make a slight contribution to the opinion of leaders are born and leaders are made. So I think the assumption leaders are born was probably gotten as a result of certain things and traits we pick up growing up in certain environments.
Okay.
So which means there was not necessarily any official training for that particular person. So we just assume he was born that way. All of us are products of the good and bad experiences
That we've had, yes,
which
excellent.
means as you were growing up, some people you grew up in families where you had to take responsibility really early. So and because of that, you now grow up into being a leader figure. So even in places where somebody needs to just leave, you don't know the person is always the person everybody points out, oh, this person should, this person should. Because from birth, some persons grow mature at a very young age. So those type of scenarios are why people say leaders are born, but not necessarily they are not necessarily born that way. Experiences make them into who
Like
they have
that,
become, and then
excellent.
there are people who now go out of their way to learn leadership, like core leadership. Even the same people who are made can still decide to say, okay, I want to add a little bit of finesse to my craft, which I already know. Let me find a way to add an expertise to it, and then now go further to learn. Like I could grow up in a mechanic workshop, and because my father is a mechanic, I know how to fix certain things in the car. Doesn't mean I am a mechanic, but I can fix your car.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, when I now decide to make it a profession, I can now say, okay, let me go and learn mechanical engineering or something to get a more technical know-how and not just know that because you put this IC here, it works. So I can now understand why if you put this here, it works. So it gives you strategy when you try to now specialize.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. The two other persons that raised their hand. You have said your mind. Okay. Who else?
The mom is raising her child to be bold and confident, to be able to speak out, to be able to take responsibilities. And then we see the other mom who just leaves her child to grow to chance. So most times you can say, okay, because this person was brought up in a wealthy home, and then this person probably grew up in the streets. And then we say, okay, probably because this person is a street guy, so he's just there and we might not really look at him as somebody that is a leader because of the environment. So what really influences the child growing up is the environment he or she finds it for herself. So the person who finds itself is an intentional parent who is not just intentional now in academics and all that, but is intentional about skills and all that, would definitely grow up to be a leader and who would actually think that, okay, this person was a born leader because he had that right upbringing. So that's why I can say he or she was born a leader. But then for a child that just grew up, basically, he might not have to make extra efforts. And so even that child that grew up with an intentional parent, if that child just grows up, becomes an adult and leaves ourselves a chance, you're not making any investments, you're not consciously training yourself, you just decide to remain silent. Your leadership, in quotes, leadership skills will just be left to chance, and it's just there. So we can't really say a leader was born. You actually have to go through processes. And then in relating to Nigerian leaders, they're just people who found out that, okay, probably grew up in an environment where they were asked to take responsibility, became class prefects, could speak, have selfish desires, and decide to take it up. So we cannot really say we have actual leaders as severe in Nigeria.
So this is the chart I wanted to show us about transformational leadership. When it comes to transformational leadership, number one, you have to be the one modeling the way. You know, John Maxwell, I think, said leadership is a leader is somebody who knows the way, who shows the way, and who does what? Goes the way. So you know the way, you show others, oh yeah, come, I've seen the light, follow me. And then you go the way. Not like you're showing them the way you are and you're going somewhere else. So as a transformational leader, you must model the way, meaning your actions, the words you speak, everything you do has to show that you have the consciousness of a leader. Another is inspiring a shared vision. I shared on my WhatsApp status recently. I recently completed a project, and I learned from Fela Durotue the importance of actually sharing your vision and allowing people buy into what you're doing. For example, say I want to do a project and you all are my volunteers. If I just come and say, oh, this is what this project is about, that's what this project is about, and you don't understand what the project is about, will you give your all into that project? No. So you need to be able to communicate your vision appropriately to say, oh, this and this is the project that we have at hand, this and this is how we want to go about achieving it, and ensuring that everybody is cleared on that. Challenging the process, encouraging the heart, and enabling others to act. This is one powerful tool that every transformational leader must have. To be able to encourage, engage other people. Don't say, be doing one man mopo, it's only me. Oh. You want to be seen. Everybody. No, that's not how transformational leaders do. They carry others along and ensure that even when, don't worry, as we go on, you're going to learn a lot. Even in your absence, child. Even in your absence, things are still running. That's when you will know that many of us are shouting, I'm an entrepreneur. It's not true, you are a sole proprietor. Because the day you close your shop, no money that day. The day you close your shop, people will not come to buy something because you've not put systems in place. That's why I'm actually happy that you are okay, because these leadership skills that you'll be acquiring today will help you even in the management of your finance. Next slide, please. Now, what is transformational leadership? Leadership is being able to influence a person or people to make positive decisions. It is also about identifying problems and preferring lasting solutions to them. I already explained this earlier. You should be able to encourage others, push others. Yes, this is what we want to do. Yeah, come, we're doing it together. So leadership is not positional. It's about influence. You've been able to make a difference in the lives of people. You've been able to make a difference in the lives of people around you. And many of us have developed that thing that you just want to be seen. Maybe in your class, you're still a student. But yourself, you've not been able to lead yourself to actually put structures in place to manage your life, or even your family, your finances is scattered. If I tell us to bring out our bank statement, when you see the amount that have passed through your hands this year, you will not believe it. You won't believe it because it didn't come as a chunk. Maybe you didn't receive 1 million at once. It was coming in at 15, 20, 50K. And if I tell you to give me account of how you spent that money, you don't have. You cannot explain it. You can't give proper account of how that money went. Next slide. When it comes to transformational leadership, it's not transactional. There are two forms of leadership: transformational leadership and transactional leadership. Transactional is probably the ones our leaders in Nigeria do. Oh, what is the need for me? What do I stand to gain? What do I benefit from this thing? If there is no physical or financial benefit, it's not for you. You are not involved. It does not concern you. But it's about being sacrificial. for the greater good. So as a transformational leadership, you always have it in your mind per time that everything that I am doing is for the better good, not just about me. And many of us have that thing, maybe on your team, somebody brings out an opinion that is different from your own opinion. You and that person, you start beefing yourself. Why will she counter my opinion? You always want them to go in your own direction. You don't want to listen to what other persons have to say. Are we following, please? Next slide. Now, transformational leadership allows leaders to be selfless, take their eyes off accolades, to become value driven and fixated on making a difference in people and the society. I want to say one funny thing. People should not see this thing in Ekiti. There's one essay to the governor that they just employed in Ekiti State. If you come to his office to have a meeting, if you have not agreed on any deal, before you leave his office and get back to your house, it's already everywhere on the internet that you came to his office for a meeting. So when it comes to transformational leadership, it's not for people to clap for you that you have done well. No, it's about having the value mindset, being able to give out value per time. Now when people come around you, they know, this person is different. This person has the heart for development. This person has the heart for change. This person wants to really make a difference. I mean, everybody that became great, they did not have that mindset that, oh, I want to be great. No, it was because of the passion and the love for what they do. That was what led them into greatness. Next slide. Now, very important. When we look at this picture, what comes to our mind? The picture on this side. Eh? Standing out, making a difference. What else can we see from that picture? Someone said something. What else can we say about that picture? Confidence. I'm going to die. I'm ready to die. Okay. Eh? Make inquiry or something. Confused. Is it really confused? Okay. Standing out. Nice. You want to ask a question? But why is it red? It's not a question. Why is person red? Other people have ash color now. So why is it red? It's different. He's not trying to ask a question. If he was trying to ask a question, he will still be like others, but his hands will be up. What your life, the trajectory of your life, everything that has happened or has not happened, the things that you feared the most, they will never happen. 80% of the time, the things we fear the most will most likely not happen. 80% of people will go in the direction of others. They say na here it dey happen. Oh yeah, make we dey go. They say na it's even worse in Benin. I don't live here, but I heard there are lots of churches. They say na here miracle dey. God dey share money. Oh yeah, make we dey go. Everybody, they go. So 80% of people, most of the time, will always go in the direction of others. There's hardly persons who question the status quo to say, why are we doing this thing like this? Why can't we do it like this? Nobody wants to stress themselves. They've thought for people are thinking for you. You can't think. So as a leader, you have to be able to think for yourself, develop strategies to be able to make a difference. My mentor always tell me, Jane, when you enter into a room, you are not going there for show up, but let leadership. I said here that your decisions are a reflection of the quality of your thoughts and the quality of information that you give your mind to. I believe I've already established now that every one of us is a leader. Whether you like it or not, you were born with that potential to make a difference. You were born with that potential because, trust me, the purpose that God has given you is to bring glory to Him, right? And to make a difference in your world, to make a difference with people around you. So as a leader, there's that need for you to go out for knowledge. Go out for knowledge. Ensure that you are constantly improving yourself. There's just that change that occurs in your mind per time. Empty heart stops more people than empty pockets. You have this dream. You have this goal. There's this thing that you want to do. Oh, I don't have money. You want to start your business. There's no money. That's the first thing that comes to your mind. Ask most great persons that started out. Most of them didn't start with their own money, or they probably even had no money. But they had the vision and it was very clear and they were able to sell it. Empty hearts stop more people than empty pockets. So it doesn't matter what you have in your pocket. As a leader, it's what you carry in your heart that matters. It's the change you want to see, the value that you're bringing to the table that really counts. We have faith in our lack than we have in our abundance. Say, oh, I don't have money. Let me just sleep. Let me rest. Mr. Agwez always talk about the abundance, that we're abundantly supplied. How many of us have that consciousness that you are abundantly supplied? Even when you are broke, you don't state it that I am broke. No, I am abundantly supplied. Having that abundance mindset and taking away that mindset of lack. Disrupt yourself or you will be disrupted. As a leader, the first territory you have to conquer is the territory of yourself. Conquer yourself. Deliver yourself first before you say you want to create change around your world. You first have to cause that deliverance to happen within you, first of all, before you can affect your world. No, many youths, go and listen to news, do your research. Many young people like you and I are making massive impact, causing transformation in their communities around the world. So keep improving yourself part time. Next slide. Another principle that every transformational leader should always keep is the principle of discipline. I love this one so much. See this picture. You see, from discipline is moving to his goals. And I wrote, I said, discipline is what turns dreams to reality and goals to achievement. Oh, I have a very big dream. I want to be on CNN. I want to be managing different boards. I want to be managing multinational companies. I have those sweet dreams in my head. But what will turn them into reality is discipline. I have a goal I want to achieve. This is the project in front of me that I want to execute. Oh, I have a financial goal. I want to hit 10 million by December. How will I do that? Discipline is the number one thing that must be put in place. Because the prime mover of social change is discipline. I love this one. Say, when you are disciplined, you are not caged, but you are free. Kai, people think discipline is being caged. No, it's not. When you are disciplined, you are free. Why? Because you decide what happens to your time. Kai. Because you can now control your mind, and you can now control the excesses of your body. You now know when you are sleeping too much, you can now call yourself to order, Janet, you are sleeping too much. What is happening to you? You can question yourself. When you're disciplined, you are not caged, but you are free. Because you can control your mind and the excesses of your body. So the most important freedom you need is discipline. It's not being carefree and living life as it comes. No, but being able to structure your life and put discipline in place. Hope you are getting value, please. Thank you. Next slide. Another principle of transformational leaders is that they are value-oriented. They are full of value. They are sacrificial and they are giving to service. Look at this picture. This is the picture of Jesus Christ, a perfect example of a transformational leader. What is that thing that you're willing to die for? What is that vision that you have, that you are willing to give your all? That business empire that you want to build, that financial stability that you want to have, that you are willing to give your all for, willing to put in the sleepless nights. You say, Jane, you won't sleep until you become. I feel like speaking in tongues right now. What is that thing that you carry inside of you? You know, Jesus is the most influential person who ever existed because he died pursuing a cause. So what cause are you willing to die pursuing? What is your life's purpose? What has God called you to do? Trust me, you are not on earth by mistake. I don't know if you're a Christian or not, but whether you are a Christian or not, you have a purpose to fulfill on earth. You have a purpose to fulfill on earth. So what cause are you willing to die for? Say, till you become, you will not rest. Have you decided to die to greed? To power? Some of you, if I give you power now, I say leave Nigeria for 2 days. You will turn Nigeria upside down. And you're the one cutting Tinubu that does not know anything. If they give you that opportunity, all your village people will first go to prison. They'll go to prison for like 2 months. Have you decided to die to the lust for power? Corruption, you can pinpoint when people are corrupt. Are you not corrupt yourself? Don't you give bribe? Transformational leaders don't do that. Are you not a dishonest person? They tell you to do a project of 500K in your office, you do the one of 300K, you pocket 200K. Are you ready to die to accolades? When people are not clapping for you and saying, ah, Janet, go girl, you are doing well. You spend all your time, make a video, post on YouTube, you get 2 views. You spend like 10 million to do the movie, and you are making like 200K. The rest are gone. Will you not give up on the journey? Will you not give up on yourself and say, no, I'm not doing again? Many of you start a business today. You've not learned the act of self-leadership, discipline, zero. You say, no, there's no money in this one. Let me change. I want to do this one. Next, no, it's not. Yeah, they work. Go this one. They are value oriented, they are sacrificial, and they are giving to service. Another principle, there are people who bring light and life to the world around them. Who knows this man? Yeah. Even the Bible says so. That we are the light of the world. So what has turn to your neighbor? Say what has happened to your life? What happened to your life? Transformational leaders are those who bring light and life to the world around them. Yes, I don't know if every of us or every one of us have discovered our purpose. But are you really working on that part? Because at the end goal of your purpose is that it changes lives and it lightens up people around you. Martin Luther King fought for his dream to see blacks take over America. Until today, this man, he lives in houses, he lives in libraries, he lives in schools. People talk about him because he chose to be the light. Have you chosen to be the light? In Benin City, have you chosen to be that light, or you have chosen to be at the back seat of life? Another example of a transformational leadership is probably Mr. Alex. Because all of you know him, you see how well he has shone his light. How well have you put on that light? I love to teach about personal branding. When I go online, when I have conversations with people about you, what will they say? What is the perception they have about you? Is it good or bad? That girl too, they lie. You not tell your secret. Run, na devil. That's the perception that people have about you. Okay, thank you, Lord. Next slide. Transformational leaders are visionaries. They will not rest till they change the world around them. Everything is not always about money. Even the words that comes out of your mouth. See Nelson Mandela. You see, I never lose. I either win or I learn. How many times have you lost something and you bow your head in shame and you turn back and say you're no longer doing? This man spent 27 years of his life fighting for a cause. It was not from a poor home. Oh. Don't think it's everybody that comes from a poor home that are transformational leaders. Oh. Because when you see many great people, they will tell you from grass to grace. They will tell you their grass to grace story. It's not everybody that was poor that became a transformational leader. It was not poor. It was not from a poor home. He was actually studying law at the time when he decided to fight against racism. They will not rest, they change the world around them. What cause are you fighting for? Next slide. I think I have 5 more minutes. Malala, I believe we've heard about her now. Or we've heard about the Malala Fund. She gives out grants to organizations to run projects. I think she started her project when she was 11 years old. She discovered that women didn't have a voice. She's from Pakistan. She discovered that women didn't have a voice, and she needed to speak up for them, advocate for girl rights policy and all. So another principle of transformational leaders is that they are immortalized in their vision. They are engrafted into their vision. They are engrafted into their purpose. My younger sister, she's still trying to figure out her footings in life when it comes to purpose. So she always disturb me. How do you say I can find mentors? How do you say I can do purpose? You see that hunger. So how hungry are you? How hungry are you to fulfill purpose? Trust me, you don't have all the time. One of my friends got married last November and she passed last week. She's just 30 years old. Her marriage wasn't even up to 1 year. So death will not come. I'm not scaring anybody. We will not die in Jesus' name. We'll live long. We will not die. God bless you. We will not die young in Jesus. You know, Miles Monroe will say something that the richest place in the world is where? The graveyard. Because in there lies potentials that could have been used that were never used. So sometimes my sister will say, she doesn't think that she's fine. She thinks that small stature is not good. I say, no, you are beautiful the way you are. Many of us self-esteem, you have self-esteem, your self-esteem, you don't even have self-esteem. You don't even have the self, not to talk of the esteem. It's zero. Zero. So you have to really be immortalized. I always spoke about her, and she's the youngest Nobel laureate recipient. She got it at age 17. I don't know how many persons, I don't think, just a few persons have this. I think Wale Soyinka and one other person that I can think of that have this prize, this Nobel laureate. And at 17, Malala got it. She got it. Next slide. I think I'm almost done now. This is my guy, Tony. That's why I want to marry him. I love him. So the most important or very important is that transformational leaders are legacy driven. So they think of what comes after them. Some say, let me just live. If I die, I die. If I perish, I perish. Does not concern you. You are not leaving anything behind. As this man is, if he dies today, all of his establishments will still be warning. Why? He has CEOs. He doesn't even if he like, he doesn't come to the office for like 10 years. He has set up systems and structures in place. That even for the next 100 years, all of his establishments are still running. You see why I talked about, transformational leaders being able to invest themselves into people. As a leader, you must secure your future today. He has built a solid legacy even whilst alive. Even whilst he's alive. Some comedians will say when you see obituary, you will know how the person life be. So write painful exit. Exit into glory. Those funny things. So trust when you die, what will they say about you? Now only 100K you leave for your account. The children don't see money do burial. You must have that legacy. What would you leave behind when you're leaving this world? And the best way to achieve legacy is investment in people. Investment in people. It's not the amount of money you have in the bank. It's not just, you think is it because of his money? It's not because of his money. It's the it's his intentionality about building that legacy. Investing himself into people. Next slide. I'm almost done. Conclusion. When it comes to the future, there are three kinds of people. Three. This is not even the future now. Because I tell my teenagers, I said, the future is now. Those who let it happen. Those who make it happen. And those who wonder how it happened. You were sleeping, you didn't know. When trumpet sound and everybody has gone, you're behind. There are three kinds of people. So which category do you fall into? Which category? As for me, I want to be the one that makes it happen. I mean positively. Positively. That even when I'm long gone, you are shouting Malala, shouting Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ has died 2,000 years ago. And we're still talking about him today. Martin Luther King, many years ago. And every book, when you talk about the history of America, you can't eliminate his name. Nelson Mandela, when you talk about South Africa, when you talk about Africa as a whole, you cannot eliminate his name. So which of these three sides do you want to be on? You just want to watch. Let's just see how it will be. Or you want to be part of the people that are causing the change. I hope that I've been able to ignite something inside of you that would outlive Benin City. Right? Thank you.